기조연설 두 번째는 ITUT의 세이조 오노우에 국장님께서 해주시겠습니다. 지금 바쁘신 일정으로 본 컨퍼런스에 현장 참석하지는 못하셨는데요. 스위스 제네바에서 온라인으로 실시간 접속을 통해서 기조연설을 해주시겠습니다. 주제는요, The Role of ITU and Telecommunication Standardization입니다. 예, 국장님 준비되셨으면 저희 진행하도록 할 텐데요. 네, 큰 박수로 맞이해 주시면 감사하겠습니다. 저희 줌 한번 접속 확인해 보도록 하겠습니다. 네, 또 저희 이 두 번째 기조 연설 후에는요, 국장님의 특별 요청으로 저희가 사진도 함께 찍기로 했으니까 끝까지 한번 봐주시면 좋겠습니다. 저희 국장님이 접속해 주셨기 때문에 한번 시작해 보도록 하겠습니다. Director Seizo ONOE, do you hear me okay? Good morning. Do you hear me okay? What? Hello?
Hello, I can hear you now.
Okay, thank you.
Can I start?
Yes, you can start.
Great, thank you. Following on my visit to Korea in September, I would love to be. I wanted to be there in person, but I'm delighted to deliver the keynote address, even though it's a remote participation from here in Geneva. I would like to express my gratitude for these opportunities. Today, I'd like to talk about ITU and telecommunication standardization, particularly my thought on the role of standardization. I can, yeah. Okay. Okay, for the first two periods, I will start by speaking in my capacity as the TSB director. However, the latter part, I will also share my personal opinions to infuse some entertainment. I hope you will allow me to express my personal views in the latter half. Then I'll start with ITU. But probably you know ITU so well, so I can go quickly and give you some updates. ITU is a United Nations specialized agency for ICT, or digital. The unique feature comes from its composition of the membership. We have 193 member states, government, and over 800 private sector companies, organizations, plus over 160 academia members from universities and research institutes. We have set two strategic goals. One is universal meaningful connectivity, and the other is sustainable digital transformation. As you know, ITU has three sectors: radio communication, telecommunication standardization, and development. I'm now in the director of the Telecommunication Standardization Bureau that responsible for taking care of the telecommunication standardization sector, ITUT. So today's my talk is focusing on the ITUT. ITUT has 11 study groups covering the wide range of the technologies from the transport, networks, multimedia, security, and IoT, as well as some aspects of the operational system, and such as numbering and some economic and policy issues. So this is a study group. It's a membership driven. So members develop, ITU members develop international standards recommendations. So we have, in addition to these study groups, we have open platform focus group. Focus group is open to all. So it's discuss involving the other members, even though the other outside from the ITU, everyone can join, then discuss the future direction of the standards and technologies. That's focus group. We have now several focus groups. Relatively new focus group is Metaverse, focus group on Metaverse. It was established in last December, and in March, the first meeting was held, and we have such roadmap on our work, and this shows some working group structure, and also we have already some deliverables from this focus group. Yeah, that's a focus group on Metaverse. And also we have some focus group related to AI, artificial intelligence. One is focus group on AI for IoT for digital agriculture. This is under the collaboration with the FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, UN organization. And next one is a focus group on AI for natural disaster management. This is a collaboration under the WMO and UNEP. And we also have a focus group on AI for health. This is a collaboration with the WHO, and this activities will upgrade it to a global initiative on AI for health. A global initiative newly created with a collaboration with ITU, WHO, and WIPO. So it is our activities on focus group. Besides this, we have collaboration initiatives. AI for Good, I can show you today, I can introduce AI for Good activities. AI for Good activities is IT-wide activities, but my TSB, my bureau is leading these activities. Also, we are involving 40 UN agents, UN organizations. We held AI Forward Global Summit in July this year, gathering the many robots from around the world. So, probably no sound. Oh. Like this holding the global summit covered by multiple media outlets, TV broadcasts, and newspapers and web articles. So this is a very becomes a very hot topic. Okay. I stopped this video and yes, we are now basically we are focusing on the AI for good things. So to help the achievement of the UN Sustainable Development Goals. That's primarily our purpose. But as the previous speakers talked, ChatGPT raised some issues on the AI-related issues. AI governance became some of the high level of discussion items. So this global summit could be a good platform to discuss such important issues. Actually, this time, some discussion on the AI governance hold, and also as well as the technologies. So, and then next, and we are now planning for next year's event in Geneva. The date has already fixed. The last week of May next year. So please save a date to join enjoy this event. That's AI for good. So we have some activity on the academia. Skip it. And from here, I like to talk about my thought on the standardization. For that, I like to show you some data. This data I created when I was invited to a panel in Africa. Yes, this shows us each generation's penetration status for each, some difference. It shows that some difference among countries and regions. When you look at the 3G cases, what? Okay. Okay, and yes, you can see a huge gap, over 10 years gap between the fastest and the slowest penetration rate. Actually, the Korea is always #1 for the deployment of the new generations. Korea, Japan is top class. So for 4G, again, Korea is #1, but still we have a huge gap between the first runner and the last runner. So we probably in Korea, you are keeping this here in these players pushing the technology forward and forward, go and go. But we have to we take care of the followers. We need to make effort to bridging the gap like this. So my vision is outreach worldwide. My strong belief is that the standardization becomes truly valuable and meaningful only when the standards are widely used. Actually, standardization, when it's widely adopted, it scales the market. It creates a scalable economy and results in the cost price reduction. And also standards create some competition among suppliers. So it also results in the cost and price reduction. Then such cost and price reduction accelerates wider adoption. Then with such, we can create such a positive feedback loop or the virtuous cycle. So we need then finally achieve to a universal affordable services. That's my vision. But to achieve that, how to achieve? That's the point. we have several aspects, several factors. One is cooperation with other organizations. Today's standardization framework is very complicated, complex, and technology areas wider and becomes wider and wider. So single organization cannot do everything. So we need a collaboration. So one example is, of course, the first speaker talked about ISO-IEC, and also ITU and ISO-IEC has a collaboration framework, WSC, World Standard Corporation. We are now have a collaboration framework, and also another area for the mobile, we have a 3GPP framework. That framework is assumption under has a cooperation with regional SDOs like TTA, HA, something others, and ITU. That's a very big invention of the framework of the standardization, I think. And industry engagement is also important. I came from the private sector, so I'm now focusing on this area. So previous chart shows this virtual cycle, but both portions of implementation. This implementation is industry's role. Of course, developing standards, we need various wide variety of the stakeholders, government, academia, industry, all stakeholders needed for developing. But to implementing, it's definitely the industry's role. So industry is important to be involved. So as I said, brief said that we have activities or ITU journal and ITU journal webinars for academia. So far, we have focused on the academia mainly, but I started new series inviting CTOs from industry. So we have already 3 speakers. We have already 3 speakers from industries. You can enjoy the. You can watch the archive from this QR code. And this week we have another chief strategy and technology officer from Nokia, Nishant Batrasan. So please enjoy this webinar. And also that follows another tech leaders. I'm now inviting the ladies tech leaders. So as this is a very small thing, but I expect some interaction between industry and academia, create some new effect, new outcomes. And I also, we also have planning a CXO meeting. This year in Dubai in December, I tried to upgrade this CXO meeting. Of course, to achieve those factors, we need some organizational excellence, open and inclusive, efficient, effective, transparent. That is mandatory for to achieve. On this, we have some factors, and then I achieved outreach worldwide. Then I can contribute to achievement of the ITU's strategic goals through standardization. Okay, then we go into latter half. First, I would like to say that looking at the mobile industry mobile communications or cellular systems generations history, I can say that cellular system is a good example how standardization plays a significant role. Actually, the 40 years old, first generation, analog cellular. Analog cellular has many different standards for each countries, each region, each countries, yes. But over the few decades, it converged into one to achieve single unified standards, 4G, LTE, and so it benefits everyone, every society. It achieves a very beneficial, providing global coverage of services. You can use your smartphone everywhere in the world. So, of course, also in the past, devices are very expensive. So it was achieved by cost reduction by economy of scales and competitions. So as such, standardization in cellular system plays a significant role. But for the developing country, it's not enough for the affordability, in terms of affordability. So we need to continue such efforts furthermore for the true affordability and the better ecosystems. So yeah. Then I have each story for each generation, but today I like to pick up for 5G. 5G, 5G story I like to talk. So 5G has a boom. 5G boom came in 2015. I counted that number by the counting number of buzzwords on Mobile World Congress daily news. So it lasts long. The early days of this boom, I felt irritated because everyone talked about 5G. Even though it had nothing to do with 5G. I didn't like that. So I created this slide. This slide was so well received by the audience. So there are many posts on Twitter, now X, Facebook, and Instagram. So when I presented this slide, my friend took a picture of me and my previous picture of mine. So his proposal to repeat this. Then I did again and again. I did like this. Then this series became a new series of a group picture of the with the audience like this. So, and like this, I was in Seoul just before the COVID-19, and even facing COVID-19, I continued with a virtual group photo like this. And it continues, and next year, hybrid meeting, hybrid event, I came back and I can continue like this. And okay, it takes time, so I skipped them. Yeah. Then this year, I moved to Geneva in Switzerland, here in Brazil. Yeah, Korea in September this year. And Tanzania, United States, Washington, D.C. a few weeks ago. And last week, I was in Brooklyn, in New York. Yeah. Then this is the latest version. So I like to take a picture with you. So please look back. Look back.
네, 지금 이제 국장님께서 여기 화면에 보신 것처럼 같이 사진을 뒤를 돌아가지고 찍기를 바라시거든요. 그래서 뒤에 중계 카메라 보이시나요? 그쪽에 보시면 사진 기사님이 같이 함께 이제 셀카를 찍어주실 예정입니다. 그래서 한번 뒤로 돌아봐 주시고 제가 하나 둘 셋 하면 찍도록 하겠습니다. So, Mr. Seizo ONOE, I just told everyone to look back to the back of the room so we can take a picture together.
Thank you.
So I will say. And can you also make you look bigger on the screen so we can see you on in the picture?
No, I'm okay.
You're okay?
This side is okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, everyone, look back
네, 그럼
and smile like the previous picture in Seoul.
네, 전에 저희 찍었던 사진처럼 한번 웃어주시고 뒤쪽 보고 한번 웃어주시기 바랍니다.
Okay.
We're taking more pictures. 1, 2, 3. More poses, pictures. I think that's very good. 저희 좋은 것 같습니다. 그럼
Okay.
이렇게까지 마무리하겠습니다.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And please
Hey.
give me a permission to use this picture for the next presentation. Okay.
네, 저희
Okay,
그럼
then I move on. Okay. Going back to the original slide, I will say that so many opportunities for the 5G presentation shows that high level of interest in 5G from industries and verticals and the other sectors. So this slide was originally to make people come down, but that was a positive aspect to create a cross-industry collaboration. So I changed the message of this slide to let's get on the 5G bandwagon. That is this story of this. So there are many things happened during the development of the 5G, and finally 5G launched, and world first 5G smartphones from the three Korean operators, as well as Verizon in US. There are some discussions which is a first, but I don't discuss this today. So okay, and just it was just summary. I like to talk about my second law. My second law is the law of great success only in even numbers generation. So I heard this is famous in Korea. I visited Korea last time, but I'm so sure. But this is very well received by the news articles. This shows the ONOE's prediction is right, and also this shows the most realistic and the most. I gave a positive speech, very positive. What is positive? I said that there must be something to bring 5G. Bring up 5G to a great success level. So that's cross-industry collaboration. So in spite of this law, 5G could be great success. So 5G bandwagon is so important. However, this year in September, I visited Korea. So before that, I found this article. About something about the SK Telecom, but that's written in Greek. I can't understand, but translation shows that SK Telecom 5G failed to live up to expectation. I can also, at the same time, I can also translate to the Hangul, Korean, SK Telecom 5G, GDA, mostly just that. So, yeah, but this article is about SK Telecom 60 white paper. Actually, I met SK Telecom SVP last week in Brooklyn. He talked about this story. Probably this white paper describes very right things. Probably it includes some review of the 5G. There must be some negative aspect and positive aspect. So that news headline is like this, to put negative aspects pick up, 5G failed. So, but in reality, 5G expectation for the 5G becomes too high. So the reality is slightly smaller than the expected. So we need to further effort to create through the cross-industry collaboration to make a 6G a great success. That's my story. That's it. So I skipped the latter half of this story. Then I skip this. Then final talk is about mobile networks and generations. I like to talk. So speaking of the mobile networks, people tend to focus on the radio aspect. But we need to understand, please understand that we have in the background, we have a huge wired network. So we need many other technologies there. So I picked up this words from the ICT study groups, work item Mondays. So we have many things to do for mobile networks. But today, most of technological elements are commonly used for mobile and fixed networks. So mobile is not this part. Mobile networks consist of whole technologies. So, and more and more important thing is that many of technological elements are evolved independently of generation. That means that generation agnostic. This is important. For example, to change some small change in the radio, not a small change, but to change the radio, we cannot replace transport network at once, overnight. So we need to generation agnostic approach as well. So a very important thing. So we are working for the various technological elements for all, not only for radio, for the mobile networks. That I wanted to say last thing. So then in conclusion, I described my vision of outreach worldwide. So last thing I talked about the generation, but the important thing is not to being misled by marketing. Nowadays, generation is used for the just marketing gimmicks. So we should not be misled by that. And also, generation agnostic technology is important. So we need to continue such efforts. Yeah, that's all my presentation. Thank you very much.